How to match kit selection on your SPD-SX with triggering and selecting scenes in Ableton Live. Hi, I'm Toby from abletondrummer.com, and I have a Max for Live plugin for you which can actually do that. So if you're wondering why I still have my jacket on, I'm in this beautiful studio now where I got a lot of snow outside, so I just got the wood burner on and it's gonna get warmer pretty soon, hopefully. So yes, this is my lovely new place now. Let's switch the cameras again. Come on, jump back. Cool. So let's have a look on the device itself. Obviously, you can map things between the SPD-SX and the SPD-SX Pro and Ableton Live. But being flexible and having like a visual input is one of the advantages of using kits in the SPD or SPD-SX Pro. And you can even set up internally in the SPD-SX Pro, you can set up a set list, so you can just click through different kits you prepared here already and can make Ableton Live just following you. So Ableton Live is being used by a lot of drummers and non-drummers, obviously, for running backing tracks, for running automations, for triggering the sounds, actually, because the SPD-SX Pro and the non-Pro are quite limited to some extent when it comes to automation and multi-layering sounds. So let's have a look on the device here and just quickly let me show you. So this is a Max for Live device, which means you need Max for Live. So this will work in 10, 11 and 12, but you need the suite version of Ableton Live or you need the standard version of Ableton Live, and you would have purchased a license for Max for Live. Really important, otherwise it wouldn't work. Okay, cool. So as you can see here, I can select different kits on the SPD-SX, and the scenes are being selected and automatically triggered here as well. You can switch off the automated triggering and it will just select the scenes, so you can go to a different scene, and if you're ready, you can trigger the currently selected scene if you don't want this automatically being triggered when you select it via the kit selection on your SX. Okay, so how do you set this up? Let's set up a few scenes here just to make sure. So let's set up another scene. Let's call this another scene. Even one more. So I just set up the names here. If I click on a scene and hit Command R or use the menu here for renaming, I can give those things a name. Okay, so now if I go to my Max for Live devices, the select and play scene via SPD-SX Pro, there is one for the SPD-SX non-Pro. It's a different device, it's in the same pack. All links are in the video description here. So now I need to hit refresh because I created new names for new scenes. Maybe I changed some scenes here as well. Just hit refresh, and then in the menu above here, you will see the new names I added here. So let's select another scene and let's set this to a slot I have on the device. I have 10 slots on one device. If you need more slots, if you want to map 40 kits or 100 kits, you can just use multiple devices, just place them behind here, and then you have another device which you can map up, and this way you can map up as many kits as you want to. Obviously make sure that you don't map up the same kit from your SX to multiple scenes, because obviously that wouldn't work. But you can map all your kits to scenes here if you want to. Cool, so we now have another scene selected here, and we want to set this to one of the slots of those 10 slots we got here. So we have set scene to field, so we got those 10 fields. Let's set this another scene to field 6 by just hitting the 6 below here. And we now can see that this is being mapped to number 6 on this device here, or the 6 field. And now we can define, and maybe let's take whatever, let's take kit number 23 here. We select this here, kit number 23, and maybe let's set up the next one as well. So we just have 2 we can alternate in between. So I select the next scene I want to map. Even one more, I called this one, and let's set this to the field 7 here, bomb, and you can see the name is showing up here now, so this is connected. And let's set this up to kit number 24 on my SX. So the menu here at the beginning of each field, I select the kit number here. Obviously on the SX non-Pro you only have 100 kits, so the menu here only shows you 100. Cool. So now if I'm sending in the MIDI change, and I'm going to show this after that, I'm sending in the MIDI change into this track here, you can see now that if I'm alternating between those 2 kits, that the according scene I mapped is going to be triggered. Obviously, it's following the global launch quantization. If I want things to instantly start, I can set the global launch quantization to none. Let's set this back to 1 bar, and that's how most people are using it. If you want to only select a scene because you might have a use case where you just say like, well, actually I want to select the scene, and then when the band is ready to play, I want to hit play. So obviously I can just switch off autoplay on the device. So what's happening now is only the scene is only getting selected, but it's not being triggered. Okay, just so you know. Cool. So again, this is a Max for Live device. You will need a Max for Live. Again, it will work in 10, 11 and 12, but you would need Max for Live, which is included in Ableton Live Suite, or can be bought as an add-on toward Ableton Live Standard. Very important, otherwise this wouldn't work. There are 2 more things you need to know. If you don't know, I showed this quite a lot of times, so I'm now going to show how you set up that the SPD-SX is sending out a message when you change the kit, and how you can receive this message in a track in Ableton Live. So on the SX itself, you want to go to your menu, and in your menu under System, I hope you can see that, but just go to System, and then you have System MIDI, and you want to select this. You want to hit Enter. And the third from the top is Program Change TX. And you want to set this to on. And this way the SPD-SX Pro, and it's very similar on the SX, it's called the same, will send out a program change message, a MIDI message, when you are changing the kits. So in Ableton Live, you need to make sure in your preferences under MIDI, link tempo MIDI, that you receive the messages, and you want to receive those messages via the track input. So you want to go to your input ports down below here, SPD-SX Pro, and you want to switch on the track input here. Okay, so now you want to set up a MIDI track. You put the device on there, and you want to make sure that you are selecting the SPD-SX Pro. If you're doing other stuff with this MIDI track here, you might want to select all-ins, but keep things clean and safe. So I advise you to select SPD-SX Pro, and then you want to set the monitor to in, because then the MIDI will be passed through into this track all the time. And this way the devices, or the device which is sitting on this plugin, which is sitting on this MIDI track, will receive those MIDI messages here. Cool. So yeah, I hope that helped you to get an idea of what you can do. Maybe you were looking for a solution for that already, so you probably know that things are possible. Quite a lot of things are possible with MIDI electronic drums, drum pads, Roland gear. You can think this whole approach the other way around as well. I have a MIDI or a kit selector which is listening to scene or automation changes in Ableton Live, so you can actually start the scene in Ableton Live but have a different kit being selected on your SPD-SX or SPD-SX Pro here as well. And I have a few more devices which are going a little bit deeper. Just to give you some ideas, have a look on my page, abletondrummer.com. Take care and bye-bye.